Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm in Vaucluse. I hope I am pronouncing that right. This is a lesser known part of Sydney and a relatively more quieter part. I have been here quite a few years ago, but I was unable to get any good looking photos. I am right outside Strickland House and hopefully no insane person comes up to me and screams at me, I can't do photos here or something. I have no idea, so hopefully not. For you it's been last week, for me it is yesterday. I went out for sunrise and I thought to myself, well, I am going back home early anyway, so might as well come out for sunset tomorrow. This is tomorrow and I don't know if you can tell, I am really tired and just basically cooked right here. So today's video hopefully is going to be shorter because I'm just planning to get one photo here and probably just get one sunset photo down there. It's Milk Beach down there and a relatively quieter part of Sydney that actually lets you see the whole city skyline during sunset and is relatively unknown to the general public. Hopefully everything goes right, and as usual I'm going to start with some B-roll and let's settle the shot. Here I have the first shot of the day set up. This is a relatively easy shot, however the lighting situation is a bit more complicated than I would like it to be, so I'm going to explain it in a bit more detail a while later. Nobody was here to tell me to get the hell out of here, so I already count that as a big success in my book. Anyway, let's take a look at what I'm using. 15-35 at 35mm, f2.8. Thank God I have that option now because I need that background separation. Everything here is relatively closer to each other, so having that f2.8 really does help. It's not the best, but at least I have that option whenever I needed to. At a vertical composition, I originally wanted to try horizontal, but it was just not focused at all. I like it when you can focus on the subject itself. So this pillar right here and the pillar right behind the doll there kind of compress the image together, forcing you to look at the doll itself instead of everything before you look at the main subject. Two flashes here, one flash right behind the camera acting as the main light source for that side of the face, and this here is a little bit difficult to explain. Allow me to elaborate. I am going to set that on a timer and stand here around here or so, I think, and have this on basically maximum output because as you can see the sun is right behind me there and it's going to shine right on the doll face, causing very harsh shadows, and nobody likes that. Well, some of you do, but I don't. So I'm going to use this thing as well. This is the diffuser. You've seen me use it a billion times at this point, so I'm going to hover it around here or so just so that it covers the face itself, and I'll use this as a mainline source to basically negate the entire shadow part of things. Hopefully this achieves somewhat balanced lighting. One over here, one over here. I don't think any lights would be necessary because, well, you're under harsh sunlight. It wouldn't really work anyway. So hopefully this works out. Anyway, enough rambling and let's take a look at the shot. I would say relatively good looking for what this is. It's more of a top tier, filler tier shot, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's nothing special, but at least it looks somewhat good. And I think it's about time for me to change her up. Maybe I'll just find a seat around here or something and head down towards Milk Beach because I do need it. So not really that much time left, and let's get going. with that out of the way, I'm going to make my way down towards Milk Beach. But first, I have to figure out how to get down there, because I'm not a fan of going down the slope. It's a little bit too steep for me, especially with this backpack on. So I know there's a flight of stairs behind here or something, but I gotta find the entrance point first. By the way, I have plenty of time because I am slightly ahead of schedule, so I think I have enough time on hand, at least I think so, to find a somewhat decent sunset spot. Hopefully it works, but I'm not too sure because I don't know if you can see it or not. I'll spin you around. It's a little bit hazy today, so see over that, like all the way this? It's a little bit hazy and there's no clouds, which makes me a little bit concerned. However, I do think it looks all right. The sun is a little bit off-board angle though, so I don't know. I have plenty of time to search for a good sunset spot, so I'm not too concerned. It's just that if the weather is going to be good enough. By the way, let's go on, and hopefully the wind doesn't knock me over. After walking downwards for, I'd say, less than 5 minutes, I have arrived at Milk Beach. Well, the beach is that one, not this one. This is more of the rocks of the outer layers of the beach itself, but I'll stop rambling about that. This place, I've actually been here before. I'll show the photo right here. It's not a very good one. It's a very early one, if anything. That was, I think, more than 2 years ago. Things have changed since then. There are two major concerns with this place, one being the tide, but I just checked and apparently it's very close to low tide right now, and I am a few meters off from the water, so I'm not afraid of the water rushing in all of a sudden and cutting me off from everything. Well, that is unless a really big ship passes right by here and just whoosh, everything will be wet by then. But I don't think the doors of the camera should be my concern. It's more of, my own life. But either way, the other concern would be the wind, but it's relatively calm today, so I'm not really particularly concerned. So yeah, I think this should be a good place. It's just that I'm not too sure if I should use 70 or above 24mm, because I do want the city skylines right here. This is the reason why I came here, and blowing them out would just defeat the whole point. I'm not too sure, so I will have to experiment and see what I like, because I don't want a depth of field, just focusing on that to ruin this entire shot, because I have a really good weather up today. I have no clouds. I have this extremely beautiful, what do you call this? Front drop, foreground, yes, foreground. And I don't want to waste it. So if anything, I'll go show you some B-roll around the place. And if I do find a good angle or figure out what I do, let's go on to the setup. After quite a long and tedious setup process, I finally figured out how to do this one. Given that I don't think it's going to be very good, nor is it going to be my best work, I think I'll settle for this one. Let's take a look at what I'm using. 15-35 at 24mm f8.0. Yes, 8.0. I have not used this aperture range in a long time because I want to see a lot of the foreground, a lot of the background, and basically the whole city skyline. I am pretty much, well, inches from the Doll, and I would say I am about 6 or 7 miles from the harbour bridge, so it's going to be a lot of depth of field to handle, but I think it looks all right on the back of the camera, but I haven't had the chance to at least properly shoot it yet because the sun has not gone down yet. A horizontal composition, I thought of using vertical to show more of the foreground, but I feel like with a 16:9 crop with filmic tones will look really good. Lighting situation, again, it's a little bit complicated. Let me explain. One flash at the back of the camera, basically giving that light on this side of the face, with another flash on this side, basically on full output, trying to push the output as much as possible towards this side of the face. However, due to the style of the wig, there is going to be a little bit of sunlight on the hair itself, so I'm not sure how good that will handle everything, but I can just chalk it up to, it's a sunset, it looks stylish, so I will give that a pass. Basically something like that. I also took off the ND filter, originally intended to use that, however, I don't think I really need it now because the sun's going down really quickly and everything looks kind of dark in front anyway, so I will have to do a lot of post-processing to make all of this look somewhat balanced. Hopefully I can also see the orange bluish sky in the background. Hopefully it's not too blown out, but yeah, I'll skip forwards to the finished shot right now and hopefully it looks good. Editing me, add some thoughts in if you have anything, so let's take a look at the shot. I don't know how it looks, so leave a comment down below, let me know. I'll take a look at the finished product back home or something, and hopefully it looked all right. If not, well, it is what it is. Anyway, it is almost sunset, so I'll take the shot, finish everything, pack up, and get the hell out of here. The sun is basically all down and I have done everything I could for today. I would say today is a moderate success. The first photo, I'm pretty sure it's okay. The second one, I don't know, it depends on the editing, so hopefully you liked it, and most importantly, hopefully editing me liked it. I have already said in the beginning of the video I am very tired, and I think you are able to hear it and also see it. I was out for a sunrise yesterday, yes, given it was not really anything special, and I am out here today in the field again, yes, given I was just in one single area for the day, but it's still a lot of work because carrying all this around is not fun. Originally, I wanted to cover some parts of stacking today to make the video a bit more interesting. However, I realized that I could not do that without me sitting in front of the computer for God knows how long, 30, 45 minutes, just talking about how I do things. And plus, to do what I do, you do need a certain amount of gear. Yes, you don't need all this high-tier gear, but you do need, at the base minimum, 2 tripods, 2 lights, and basically half of what I use. Budget tier, sure, but you would need a lot to even get to the stacking part of things, which I would say is somewhat unfair for me to say because I've been collecting all this stuff for so long, 4 or 5 years basically. So yeah, but anyway, yes, it's a more shorter video, at least I hope so, please. But I do hope you enjoyed today's video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of this stuff. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you think about today's video, and I will see you next time. Lemon out.